When making a paper slipcase, you need to first determine what it is you want to put in the case. And I'm going to use a stack of zines that are all the same size. And I'm going to use a 9x12 sheet of paper. I will give you a handout with the formula on how to determine the best starting size for a sheet of paper, depending on the size of your book block. First step is to center your book block. Put your paper lengthwise, and then center it on the height. You don't need to worry about the width yet. So in this case, it's about 2 inches, 2 3/8 inches on either side, top and bottom. And I just make little notches there that I'm going to fold against. It's okay if it's off by 1/16 of an inch or so, but do your best. Then you will fold that over. Make sure you're keeping your corners square. You can use the grid on your cutting mat as always to help you, and crease it well. From there, you're going to flip it vertically, leave it folded, bring back your book block or your stack of zines in my case, put it at the very top edge and bring the bottom edge of the paper butting up against it. So that the margin that's left is the same as the width of your book block. You don't want to squeeze it too tight, otherwise it will feel crammed in there, and you also don't want it too loose, just a nice, comfortable, snug fit. Then you're going to open it back up and do the same on the other side. Put it against the top edge and bring that bottom tail of the paper up to it so that the margin that's left is the same as the width of your book block. This is the same way we found the spine in the soft cover for the link stitch. I'm bringing out this diagram that I used to design the handout, and I'm hoping it will make a little bit more sense when you look at the handout. I'm just labeling the areas that I want to fold into one another. So I'm calling this A and this B, and I'm going to bring them to one another so that they line up, creating a 45-degree fold in the middle of the two. Make sure you're holding it steady, that it's lined up, and that that's creased. You're going to do that on all of the corners. So bring this edge over, line it up with the top edge, and crease. And just go all the way around doing that. Make sure you get that corner. Paper's going to fight against you during this part, so just make sure it's you who is in control of the paper and that you're creasing it and getting it to do what you want it to do. Now, I'm going to sit it up. I like to sit it up sort of like a chair so I can start to visualize the pocket in which the zines are going to go, right in there. I'll take the tail of that book, or that sheet of paper rather, and fold it into that pocket, and I push it all the way against the back edge. This is where if you had a piece of paper that was too large, you'd run into problems and your paper slipcase would not fit well. Likewise, if it's too small, you might not have enough material to tuck all the way back in there. It's okay if your paper overlaps a little bit there. And then on the other side, tuck that in all the way to the back edge and crease. Now you've made a paper slipcase. Make sure it fits what you intended it to fit. There you go. You can do a title on the front there or the spine. You can also use decorative papers or try different materials. If you want it to be the same all the way around and not have that additional lip, you can just trim that before you put it in and it will push back further.